welcome. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is Times Now Live and I'm Hina Gambhir. Viewers, over 1,000 people have lost their lives after two back-to-back earthquakes of magnitude 7.7 and 6.4 struck Myanmar on Friday. There were strong tremors in Thailand's capital, Bangkok, as well. And look at these visuals that we are bringing to you from different parts, different regions that have got severely impacted because of these earthquakes. Lives have been lost. Many people, at least 2,000 plus people have got injured, and there are several who still remain missing. We still do not have an official number as to how many people are still missing right now, but it is a huge number is what we can tell you. Look at the visuals carefully on your screens right now. How buildings were, impacted. They fell down, and in debris, rescue teams are working to try and find out the survivors. And that's the effort that is currently underway. Help has started pouring in from across the world. The world is coming together to help Myanmar as well as Thailand in this extremely difficult time where the earthquakes have led to loss of lives, destruction of life as well as property. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi in India has also conveyed his deep condolences at the loss of lives. As part of Operation Brahma, India is sending disaster relief material, humanitarian assistance and rescue teams to the affected areas in Myanmar. Over 2,000 people, like I said, have got injured, but there are many who are still missing. Let me straight away go across to my colleague Pradeep Datta, who is live with us right now, and then I will bring to you the reports that we have got from the earthquake-affected regions. But Pradeep, I want to ask you, how is the situation right now in Bangkok where you are? And give us a sense of the kind of impact the tremors, the earthquake had in Thailand specifically.
See, if I talk about Bangkok, the situation here continues to remain tense. Reason is that as the darkness is descending, so is the tension growing up here, because for the last 48 hours, the rescue team is trying its level best to take out people who are said to be trapped under the debris. Let me show you that part of the building that crumbled yesterday. Look at this building. This is the building that crumbled. When yesterday earthquake occurred, because of which that 30-story building that came down crumbling like pack of cards, and right now all you can see is the rubble and the debris. And since yesterday we have seen that at what footing points, everybody is trying its level best to locate, track down people who are trapped so that they can be taken out. 10 people have so far lost their lives, and what we have been told by administration is that more than 100 people are said to be trapped, and they are trying their level best, and everybody here seems to be praying. You can see army personnel, you can see disaster management people, you can see youngsters, everybody seems to be volunteering, trying to help them out. And short while back, we saw that genset was also taken in, the drilling machine was taken in, and also even the dogs were placed into service. The sniffer dogs are also trying to locate. Not only that, technology is also being used. And right now, I am joined by a person who, his name is Satish Sehgal. He's basically the member of Indo-Thai Business Association. Where were you yesterday, sir, when this earthquake occurred?
I happen to be about 10 kilometers from this place, in a house of a friend of mine in an area called Sukhumvit. We were just having lunch, and all of a sudden everything started moving. And we were very, very surprised at this. We've never witnessed anything like
For
that.
the last 100 years, the family has settled here. Ever you have seen, because you are 80 right now, ever you saw something like that happening?
Nothing at all. In the past, we've had small tremors and a Richter scale of 1 or 2, but that's also very rare. And all of a sudden, you see something you've never imagined before. And all of a sudden, you see chandeliers breaking down, everything moving.
You know, it's very important to tell you that one feels very happy and proud that Prime Minister Narendra Modi was the first one to ensure assistance to people in Myanmar as well as in Thailand. But what is more important is that wherever Indians are putting up, they're trying to contribute their bit and try to help people here. He is here associated with the Business Association. आप किस तरीके से मदद करें? How you are trying to help people here?
You know, there are several ways of helping. One is to give them financial help. Those that have lost their lives, we could perhaps give it to their relatives. Those that were injured, unfortunately, they've all been discharged from the hospital. So, unless of course we discover that there have been more than 10 who were severely injured, in which case we would also assist those
It
people.
is like giving back to society because you came here as a refugee. They accepted you with open arms, and right now, when at a critical juncture, you are trying to help them out.
Absolutely, you know, we owe a lot to this country. We Indians in Thailand, we've got to return what we gain from this country. You know, a lot of us came here looking for better opportunities. My parents, my uncle and all, and his friends, they all came to Thailand.
Right. So there's some problem with the connection out there. But look at these visuals, viewers. The earthquake, in fact, struck at a depth of 30 kilometers with the epicenter recorded at 21.85 degrees north latitude and 95.95 degrees east longitude. This is as per the Earthquake Network Center in China. Myanmar's largest city, Yangon, in fact, experienced strong tremors from this earthquake. In fact, shortly after the initial earthquake, a 6.4 magnitude aftershock in fact struck the same region, and that is when the devastation really began. And these are scary visuals that we have got, heartbreaking visuals that we have got from both Myanmar as well as Thailand. Yangon, as I was talking about, Myanmar's largest city, experienced strong tremors from the earthquake, and shortly after that the second one, which was the 6.4 magnitude aftershock, when that struck the same region, that's when the devastation escalated. Mandalay, Myanmar's second largest city, was particularly hard hit, with buildings collapsing or tilting, trapping residents as well as causing casualties. Several roads connecting Mandalay to Yangon were completely damaged, could not be used. Just look at those visuals. And now, you know, step by step, rescue operations are underway. Attempts are being made to save as many people as possible. The visuals that you can see on your screens show damaged buildings, shattered windows, collapsed one-story structures, and also ruptured roads. Flattened buildings, rubble, destruction. That is what is being seen a day after the deadly quakes hit Myanmar as well as Thailand. People were seen picking up pieces in the aftermath of the destruction caused by the earthquakes. And my colleague Pradeep Datta also sent us this ground report showing a mammoth humanitarian effort. Watch how the Thai army is helping the people, from running community kitchens to providing water. Army men acted as volunteers and were also seen involved in the rescue missions on war footing. Take a look at these reports.
Sniffer dogs were also pressed into service. More than 10 sniffer dogs were sent inside to locate and track down people who are said to be trapped in the building that crumbled because of earthquake. And more than 10 dogs were inside, and they were for about 4 to 5 hours. So they were trying to locate bodies. Besides this, also the technology is being used. They also use robotic mule to track down people who are trapped in that building, because more than 100 people are said to be missing. 7 bodies have so far been retrieved from the debris, and work is going on at war footing place. They're trying to find out those people who are buried there. And everybody here seems to be praying for their survival. They're praying their level best. And since morning we've seen भगवान और फौज हमेशा मुश्किल की घड़ी में याद आते हैं। चाहे भारत की बात हो या थाईलैंड की बात हो, बात तो एक ही है। यहाँ पे भी आप देख सकते हैं मुश्किल की घड़ी में एक बार फिर से फौजी अपने सिविलियंस की पूरी मदद करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। यहाँ पे आप देखिए इन्होंने किचन स्टार्ट किया हुआ है, जहाँ पे ये खाना प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं लोगों को। जिस किसी को भी कोई मुश्किल है उसे खाना दिया जाता है। उसके अलावा वॉलंटियर किया जा रहा है, पानी प्रोवाइड किया जा रहा है। उसके साथ साथ रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन में भी फौज की जो है कई टुकड़ियाँ इस समय लगी हुई है, तैनात है, ताकि जिंदगियों को जल्दी से जल्दी यहाँ पे बचाया जा सके। मैं आपको पूरा यहाँ पे टाइम पर भारत को पूरा दिखा रहा हूँ कि किस तरीके का मंजर यहाँ पे, किस तरीके की सिचुएशन है। और आप देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पर्यटक के बजाय आपको यहाँ से सिर्फ रेस्क्यू की टीमें नजर आएंगी, और दूसरी ओर यहाँ तो आपको फौजी यहाँ पे लोगों की मदद करते हुए आपको पूरी तरह से नजर आएंगे। पूरी तरह से यहाँ पे आप देखिए किस तरीके से किचन में बैठे हुए हैं। ये कम्युनिटी किचन इन्होंने स्टार्ट किया हुआ है, यहाँ पे लोगों को मदद की जा रही है। ये रॉयल थाईलैंड आर्मी के जवान हैं जो यहाँ पे और अफसरान हैं जो यहाँ पे पूरी तरह से मदद कर रहे हैं और उनकी कोशिश है कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को हेल्प की जाए ताकि उन्हें किसी भी किस्म की कोई मुश्किल का सामना न करना पड़े, क्योंकि कल जब से भूकंप आया तो कई लोग अभी तक लापता है और कई अभी मलबे के नीचे दबे हुए हैं और कईयों की जानें जो हैं जा चुकी है। ज़्यादातर नुकसान म्यांमार के इलाके में हुआ है। शुक्र है कि यहाँ पे थाईलैंड में इतना ज़्यादा नुकसान नहीं हुआ, लेकिन यहाँ भी एक जो 30 मंजिला इमारत थी पूरी तरह से ढह गई, जिसके मलबे के नीचे अभी भी लोग दबे हुए हैं। और आप देख सकते हैं कि रेस्क्यू टीम यहाँ पे है, यहाँ पे फौज की टीम है, यहाँ पे सब जो गाड़ियाँ हैं पूरी तरह से मदद करने में यहाँ पे पूरी तरह से लगे हुए हैं। इनकी पूरी कोशिश है कि यहाँ पे लोगों की मदद की जाए और आप देख सकते हैं कि फौजी पूरी तरह से खड़े हैं, फौजी दस्ते यहाँ पे हैं और मदद करते हुए नज़र आ रहे हैं एक दूसरे की, क्योंकि जब भी कभी मुश्किल की घड़ी आती है तो एक यकजाहती देखने को मिलती है और यहाँ ये यकजाहती जो है, यूनिटी यहाँ पे देखने को मिल रही है, एक दूसरे की मदद करते हुए यहाँ पे लोग। Rescue operation is being conducted. They are trying to take out the people who are said to be trapped here, and every agency is trying their level best to ensure that more and more people survive, or some of the injured have been already evacuated to hospital. I am joined by some people here who had been in Bangkok. Let me speak to them. What happened yesterday when Shamar shoot this?
Well, actually, I was in Chinatown, which is not too far from here, and the floor started moving. So it was pretty scary. Then everybody started running, and everybody started screaming. Very narrow little passages, and we all tried to we headed for the street. We were all basically panicking, but in a kind of controlled panic, let me put it that way. And we all made it out to the street. So nothing, there was no injuries in the Chinatown where I was. Yes, I've gotten messages from all my friends because they know I was in Bangkok. I wrote back to them and said, hey, I'm safe. But I experienced something pretty amazing yesterday.
And let me show you. Here you can see that the battery of journalists, they are trying to cover this thing, and this is the building that had collapsed. Let me again show you. Look at this building. Here right now, for the last 24 hours, the operation here is continuing. They're continuing with the rescue operation. They're trying to look for the people who are believed to be trapped inside the building. They're trying to look for them, and because some of the people have already survived, they have been evacuated to hospitals. Some people lost their lives because they were walking inside when this building collapsed. While people here in Thailand are navigating aftermath of devastating earthquake that left several buildings crumbled and several lives lost. And Times Now here is on ground zero in Bangkok, giving you the latest updates and what really is happening on ground and keeping you updated about rescue operation, because all eyes are on rescue operation. It's more than 48 hours. The rescue operation still is continuing. We have seen that how the heavy machinery is being used to ensure that debris is cleared and people who are trapped there are brought out and their lives can be saved. And ambulance is already there. And you can see, let me show you here. You can see how the robot is there. This robot will be sent inside. This is a robotic mule. This mule will be sent inside with the camera so that they are able to, because the technology is being used. It is not only, they are trying to use technology.
Let's now move on, and we have some more breaking updates coming in at this point in time. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has announced that an 80-member strong NDRF search and rescue team has departed for Myanmar to assist in the ongoing rescue operations following the devastating earthquake. In fact, Operation Brahma is India's humanitarian response to help Myanmar in its hour of need. That's the latest update coming in right now, and it's a team of about 80 NDRF personnel that's being sent to Myanmar. The team is expected to reach this evening. That's the latest update coming in. Remember, India had deployed NDRF abroad on 2 previous occasions as well, during the 2015 Nepal earthquake and the 2023 Turkey earthquake. Listen in to this first reaction coming in from the Ministry of External Affairs.
Friends, as you are well aware that a massive earthquake struck Myanmar yesterday around afternoon time. We all are aware of the kind of destruction that it has left. Massive loss of life and property has been reported. Soon after the tragedy struck Myanmar, our Prime Minister conveyed his concerns and expressed that India was ready to provide all support, all possible support to Myanmar, to the people of Myanmar and the government of Myanmar in this hour of crisis. India, as you are aware, we have been actively playing the role of first responder in such situations during natural disasters.
And joining us on the broadcast right now is DG NDRF Piyush Anand. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much for speaking with us here on Times Now. So we have learned that India is sending a contingent of about 80 National Disaster Response Force or NDRF personnel for relief and rescue work in Myanmar. Could you just help us understand a little bit about the plan of action? What exactly, how soon can we expect the men to reach when the work is going to begin?
Good evening, madam. So as you're well aware that as soon as this earthquake had struck the various areas, Honorable Prime Minister had announced the intention of the country to respond positively to any request from the foreign government. So in continuation of that, we have already sent our team. They are in the air and they should be reaching in maybe in about next 3 to 4 hours. And they have been directed that they should respond as soon as they hit the ground. They'll have to go to the place where the damage is there. And once they reach the place, they'll be doing the disaster response work.
So, okay, so you're telling us in just a few hours they'll be reaching Myanmar, the affected regions, and the work is going to begin immediately as soon as they land on war footing. Mr. Piyush Anand, for the benefit of our viewers, can you tell us a little bit more about Operation Brahma, under which the force is being sent, force is being deployed? I believe, these personnel must have carried with them the rescue equipment. Tell us a little bit about this entire operation.
So I'd like to inform your viewers that basically whenever we go for an operation like this, we are self-contained. We carry all the equipment which is required, which we think we'll be needing to respond to all these buildings which have collapsed. We are also carrying 4 dogs because in many situations there may be people who are buried under rubble. So it is very difficult to know where there is somebody who's alive. So we have a canine squad which is also going there along with this team so that they can help in identifying victims who are buried in the rubble. So, I mean, in a nutshell, I can say that it's a self-contained team and they have all been briefed and they are all there to ensure that we can extend maximum possible help to the people who are stuck there.
Any update on the kind of initial assessment of the situation on the ground right now that you can share with us?
Ma'am, that is one thing we will have to depend on the local authorities because once we land, we take a briefing from the local authorities and about what areas are affected because there are certain things which we are all aware of because of various medium. But in case one has to respond, then one needs more precise and more specific information, so which we will take on the spot.
Okay. And I believe in the past as well, on 2 occasions during 2015 Nepal earthquake and 2023 Turkey earthquake also, NDRF teams were deployed by India, and now this is another very, very important mission for you.
I fully agree with that.
All right. Mr. Piyush Anand, thank you very much for speaking with us here on Times Now and getting us all these details. India is always with its friends, viewers, in the time of need. It is an hour of need, as Prime Minister Modi also said, for Myanmar, for Thailand. An 80-member NDRF team has been sent to help Myanmar in this extremely difficult hour. The team is going to help in the relief and rescue operations. Apart from that, all kind of possible humanitarian assistance is also being sent by India to Myanmar. And this is going to be our top focus ahead as well. For now, slipping into a very, very short break. We'll be back with lots more. Stay with us.